Okay, so everyone's buzzing about Prince Andrew getting the boot, right? Stripped of his titles, told to pack his bags from Royal Lodge. And honestly, it's not just about Andrew anymore. This feels like a calculated move, a warning shot fired across the bow of Harry and Meghan. I mean, come on, the timing? It's too perfect to be a coincidence. Here's how I see it. King Charles, bless his heart, he's always seemed a bit reluctant to rock the boat, you know? He's not exactly known for his decisive, take no prisoners attitude, but William's a different beast altogether. He's got that quiet intensity, that steel in his spine. He's watching, he's learning, and he's definitely planning for his time on the throne. And let's be real, William hasn't been thrilled with how things have been handled, especially with the Sussexes. All that drama, the interviews, the Netflix docuseries, the accusations of racism, it's been a constant headache for the royal family. And Meghan, well, she's been building a brand around her royal title, cashing in on it. It's like a big middle finger to the Queen's legacy and everything the monarchy stands for. Now, think about Andrew. He's been a walking disaster for years, what with the whole Epstein scandal. It's disgusting, plain and simple. And the fact that he and Fergie were still trying to cozy up to William at the Duchess of Kent's funeral? Talk about tone deaf. It's like they have zero self-awareness. But here's the thing. The Epstein stuff has been public knowledge for a while. So why is Andrew suddenly being punished now? That's where William comes in. I wouldn't be surprised if he was the one who leaked those emails between Andrew, Fergie, and Epstein. He's playing the long game, meticulously gathering ammo and waiting for the right moment to strike. He probably saw Andrew's arrogance, his attempts to weasel his way back into the royal fold, and decided enough was enough. And remember when Andrew made that unbelievably rude comment about Princess Catherine? Apparently, that was the last straw for William. Can you blame him? Catherine's dealing with a serious health issue. She's always been a class act, and she's dedicated to her family and her charities. Who in their right mind would make a nasty comment about her? It just shows you what kind of person Andrew really is. So, William sees Andrew as a liability, a stain on the monarchy's reputation, and he's not wrong. But he also sees Harry and Meghan as a threat. Their constant attacks on the royal family, their exploitation of their titles for commercial gain, it's all eroding the institution from the inside out. And yeah, the Andrew situation is way more serious, I get that. Pedophilia is a whole other level of disgusting. But the racism accusations, those are damaging too. Harry and Meghan won an award for calling out the royal family for being racist. I mean, come on. That's a slap in the face to the entire monarchy. William even had to come out and publicly deny the accusations. So, now we have a precedent. Andrew's been stripped of his titles, and that opens the door for William to do the same to Harry and Meghan when he becomes king. It's like he's clearing the decks, getting rid of all the dead weight and troublemakers. And trust me, Harry and Meghan know it. They're probably terrified right now. Meghan's built her whole brand around that Duchess of Sussex title. Think about it. It's on her website. It's how she gets invites. It's the thing that makes people pay attention. She's using it to sell jam or whatever other random lifestyle thing she's pushing this week. Without that title, she's just Meghan Markle, actress. And let's be honest, her acting career wasn't exactly setting the world on fire before she met Harry. And I don't get why people are still falling for her act. She's constantly taking potshots at the royal family. Remember that whole thing about having to wear stockings? Or how she needed therapy to recover from being a royal? It's always some little dig, some way to play the victim and make the royals look like monsters. And Harry, bless his heart, he tries to backtrack, saying there's no racism. But Meghan, she doubles down. She's got zero regrets, zero remorse. She's playing a game, and she's playing it well. But William sees right through it. He's not stupid. And I think Andrew's comment about Princess Catherine really pushed him over the edge. I read about it in Andrew Lie's book. Apparently, it was something really disrespectful, something that infuriated William. And honestly, who wouldn't be angry? Catherine's a class act. She's dealing with cancer, she's raising her kids, she's doing her charity work, she's a good person. There's no reason to attack her. It's like William finally realized that he couldn't keep letting these things slide. He had to take action. He had to send a message. And that message was, you mess with my family, you mess with the monarchy, and you'll pay the price. So he went after Andrew. He leaked those emails, he put pressure on his dad, and he made sure Andrew was stripped of his titles and kicked out of Royal Lodge. And now, he's setting the stage for Harry and Meghan. He's showing them that there are consequences for their actions. And it's not just about the titles, it's about the money. Meghan's counting on that royal connection to make her millions. She wants to be the next Oprah, the next Gwyneth Paltrow. But without the title, her brand loses its luster. People aren't going to be as interested in what she has to say or sell. That's why she's so scared. She knows that her gravy train is about to end. And Harry? Well, he's just along for the ride. He's so blinded by love or whatever that he can't see what's really happening. He thinks he can protect Meghan, but he can't. William's too powerful, and he's not afraid to use that power. So, what's going to happen to Harry and Meghan? I think they're going to end up like Fergie. Remember her? She was a royal for a while, then she got divorced, and now she's just selling stuff on QVC. That's Meghan's future. She's going to be hawking skincare products and writing children's books, trying to stay relevant. And Harry? He'll probably just fade into the background. He'll be known as the guy who gave it all up for a woman who didn't really care about him. It's a sad story, but it's one of their own making. William's going to take the throne and he's going to clean house. He's going to restore the monarchy to its former glory. And he's not going to let anyone stand in his way. He's going to wield that power like a boss. Titles be gone, that's his motto. And honestly, I'm here for it. I'm tired of all the drama and the infighting. I want to see a strong, stable monarchy that people can respect. And I think William's the man to do it. He's got the strength, the vision, and the determination to make it happen. Meghan's days are numbered. She's going to learn the hard way that you can't mess with the royal family and get away with it. William's coming for her, and there's nothing she can do to stop him. Get ready for those discount prices, Meghan. Your reign is over. So, what's Harry good for now, right? That's the million-dollar question. I mean, Meghan hitched her wagon to him because he was a prince, he had the title, he had the connections. But if he loses all that, what's left? Just Harry. And I don't think that's going to cut it for her. She's always wanted to be somebody, to be important, to be rich and famous. And she saw Harry as her ticket to that life. She got the fairy tale wedding, the royal title, the access to all the fancy events, but she also got a lot of scrutiny, a lot of criticism, and a lot of rules she didn't want to follow. So, she convinced Harry to leave the royal family, to strike out on their own and build their own brand. And for a while, it worked. They got huge deals with Netflix and Spotify, they were on every magazine cover, they were the darlings of the liberal elite, but the shine's wearing off, isn't it? People are starting to see through the act. They're tired of the constant complaining, the constant victimhood, the constant attacks on the royal family. And now, with Andrew getting stripped of his titles, they're starting to realize that their own titles might not be so secure after all. And that's a problem for Meghan, because her whole brand is built on being the Duchess of Sussex. Without that title, she's just another actress trying to make it in Hollywood. And let's face it, she's not exactly Meryl Streep. So, she needs Harry to keep that title. She needs him to stay relevant, to stay connected, to stay royal. But what if he can't? What if William takes away his title? What if Harry becomes just another ex-royal, fading into obscurity? I think Meghan's starting to panic. I think she's starting to realize that she might have made a mistake. She might have overestimated Harry's value and underestimated William's power. And that's why she's still taking those little jabs at the royal family. She's trying to stay relevant, to stay in the news, to keep her brand alive. But it's not working. It's just making her look petty and desperate. Meanwhile, Harry's trying to play both sides. He's trying to appease Meghan, to support her ambitions, but he's also trying to maintain some kind of relationship with his family. And it's tearing him apart. He's caught between a rock and a hard place. He loves Meghan, but he also loves his family. He wants to be independent, but he also wants to be accepted. And he doesn't know how to make it all work. I think he's starting to regret his decision to leave the royal family. I think he's starting to see that he might have made a mistake, but it's too late. He's burned his bridges, he's alienated his family, and he's trapped in a marriage with a woman who's using him for her own gain. So, what's next for Harry and Meghan? I don't know, but I don't think it's going to be pretty. I think they're headed for a reckoning. I think they're going to have to face the consequences of their actions. And I think Meghan's going to realize that Harry isn't the prince she thought he was. He's just a pawn in her game. And when he's no longer useful, she's going to discard him like a broken toy. She's going to move on to the next big thing, the next opportunity to climb the social ladder. And Harry's going to be left alone, wondering what went wrong. He's going to be the Sarah Ferguson of the 21st century. It's a sad story, but it's a cautionary tale. It's a reminder that you can't always get what you want. And sometimes, the things you think will make you happy end up destroying you in the end. I'm telling you, William's not playing around. He is not messing around. He's watching, he's waiting, and he's ready to strike. And when he does, Harry and Meghan are going to be in for a rude awakening. Their fairy tale